Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name's Preston. Today we are talking about the two Legends color review for color black. OP-08 is here, and we are talking about all of our colors in the last few weeks or so. And as we went along, we talked about our expectations as the cards came out, and I was really excited about it. The color black has a lot of good things going for it already. And then we get a nice combo into purple with the King leader, and I was very excited about it. And I'm still very excited about the leader, but are we still very excited about the character cards that come along with it? Let's look into that right now. Alright, just in case you didn't watch the purple color review, I'll link it in the corner as always, but let's go over our leader first. King is a 4-life leader with 5k power, with the ability to activate main once per turn, Dawn -2, and choose one of the following. If you have 5 or less cards in your hand, draw 1 card, or -2 cost to one of your opponent's characters. Both things that we like to do. We love to draw cards, especially if we don't have a ton of cards in our hand. We want more cards in our hand. And for the color black, we love to minus, because we can KO stuff when stuff has low cost. So that's great. It's a very good leader. I gushed a lot about it. I will continue to gush about it because I think it has a ton of potential and has the black color type, which has been just controlling the meta for a long time now, and has purple that has gained a lot of support and is already an established color for the trait Animal Kingdom Pirates. With that being said, there's some good cards to talk about here. The first one we will talk about is a page 1. On play, play up to 1 ulti with a cost of 4 or less from your trash. This is great. We have ultis that we can play with this. Let's go look at them right now. Our first option here, as an ulti to play from the trash. On play, tap 1 Dawn, add 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck rested. That's not a bad plus. I think being able to have an option to regain a ramp again at a fairly low cost, because you're not paying those 2 Dawn to bring her out, you can tap that extra 1 Dawn and ramp. Not a bad option. Our other option that I always go to here is on play Dawn -1, play up to 1 page 1 with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. So you pay a page 1, it brings out an ulti. Your ulti brings out a page 1. I think that is a great combo. You can't come back to this page 1. You have to go down into the starter deck page 1. But for 5 cost and a -1 Dawn, you get 3 characters on board. I think that is a great play. There's very few colors that can do that. I know that the green film stuff has that potential. I don't think people play it that way. But that has that same potential. For 5 cost, having a 5k on board, and then another 5k on board, and then let me go find the page 1, a 6k on board. That is a ton of power to bring out for 5 cost. 5k, 5k, 6k. And the last option, of course, is our new one, which is another 6k. So you could go page 1 into this ulti, page 1 into the ulti that brings out a page 1. I think that's the most efficient, would be page 1 into ulti into page 1, and just have a ton of attack power on board. And all you have to do to start it is to play this one, no cost, which is crazy because you can set that up. You hold the 1 card in your hand for the ulti that gets played. You discard your initial ulti, and then your effect is active, and you'll be discarding cards because that's what black does. It sends stuff to the trash. So I think that's an incredible little combo that we can play off of. The next thing we want to talk about is Animal Kingdom Pirates finally getting a character searcher that's relevant. Obviously, we have Who's Who, which is the blue searcher, and if we have blue-purple, we can play that way. But we would have loved to see this as purple. Obviously, it would give it more potential. But look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to one beast pirates or animal kingdom pirates other than queen and add it to your hand. Bottom deck the rest. So we have another searcher. So if we ever get a black-blue Animal Kingdom Pirates deck, it will have 2 character searchers, and we will be super excited to play that deck. Which brings me to my most disappointed thing I've ever seen, which is this card is not purple. Smile has been an archetype that has been just neglected and pushed around. We got a couple Smile cards in purple early on, which had a ton of potential. Searchers that do really great things. And then we get some blue cards and we're like, great, blue black, we can do some, or blue purple, we can do something there. And it just, the Smile archetype still isn't there. And then we get this on play up to 1 character with a characteristic Smile with a cost of 2 or less from your trash. This is just, there's just throwing these Smile things around, but they're not hitting. They're never going to hit unless you give it a uniform color to work with. And now we have it spread across 3 colors. That's never going to happen. They're never going to come together to build a unified deck when you just keep throwing this like concept around. And I don't think that the purple cards plus this give you enough potential to want to play a purple black Smile deck. It's just not there. I think that's the only one that would actually be effective in black. Yeah, because none of the rest is Smile, right? These guys aren't Smile. Oh, they are. Interesting enough, there's a few. I don't think it's there yet. I want to eat my words on that. Please let me know in the comments. Is Smile there yet? I don't think it is. But with that being said, I didn't think Sheep's Head was Smile. I thought he was just straight up a Devil Fruit user, but because his like side effect of being Smile isn't as obvious as our silly guy down here, Hamlet. I lost him. Hamlet, silly looking Smile Fruit user. Sheep's Head does not fit that exactly, but this Sheep's Head is quite nice. If you can keep him on board, he reduces the cost of all of your opponent's characters by 1. That's great. A great use of a single Dawn to -1 cost on all your opponent's characters, making all of that KO potential even more lethal and potentially that much quicker just by doing that. Is it going to be effective to do that? I don't know. I think there's going to be better cards. We know that a lot of the stuff from Blue-Black Sakazuki is still there and available, and it could KO basically anything on your opponent's side of the board. So we might not need a 2 cost that requires a Dawn attached to do so. And we always have to consider that Black's going to want to send stuff to the trash because Gecko Moria is a thing, and all of the crazy combos that Black currently plays in to get more things onto the board through recycling the trash is an option with this archetype. So you have purple that has some really fun ramp stuff. You have black with the potential to send stuff to the trash to bring it back, and that puts for a potential of a very scary deck. Let's look into the event cards to see if there's anything noteworthy here. I don't think there's too much to talk about here. Only thing that could be noteworthy is this is a Blackbeard Pirate card. So in our next set, when Blackbeard's going to be a leader, because I don't know how you do a new 4 Emperors deck without Blackbeard being a leader, that Blackbeard would fit into the black archetype somehow. Maybe black-blue to work with his early 7 Warlord stuff, or just straight a black leader. We'll see. But Blackbeard Pirates having a black event a set before, or 2 sets before, whenever that 4 Emperors themed the 4 Emperors themed set comes out. But other than that, these events not super noteworthy. They do some things to recycle the trash to the bottom of your deck to KO stuff. Not super interesting. I think there's more potential in other stuff. If you have 10 cards in your trash, up to one of your characters gain 2k until the end of your opponent's next turn. It's an activate main, so you can use it to attack and defend. Not super exciting. I think there's a lot better stuff in black that you would be able to use from previous sets to get more value out of your Dawn. And and to jump into what we have learned from this set. I think what I learned in this set is we have a really great leader that has just enough support from the black side of its archetype to become good, with especially that Queen Searcher, and enough support on the purple side to make that leader good. When it comes to character cards and events, I think the set generally falls short on the black side. Some phone combos, some cards that could be have some potential, but really there's other cards that I would rather play. I would not need Sheep's Head because I have cards that do that, that do minuses better than Sheep's Head, and give me more playability out of that single card. So the black color as a whole, I think, falls a little short, but has an incredible leader that makes up for it. And there's some things that you will be playing in that black-purple deck, but I don't see these cards universally jumping into other decks. I do see this leader using universal cards from previous archetypes. I believe a Gecko Moria and some trash stuff to bring more things and just keep the deck moving with Gecko Moria is a high potential that we would see using this leader. So I think we have a great leader with subpar black support that isn't going to matter because we already have incredible black support throughout. But if I'm overreaching or if I'm understating, please let me know in the comments. I want to know what you think of this set's black cards. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you want to get more One Piece TCG content, hit that subscribe. And until next time, peace.